there are approximately only 3% of the population with the INTP personality type, making them one of the rarest. INTPs are also known for being the most intelligent personality of the Myers-Briggs types. And that doesn't have to surprise because some of the most famous innovators include Albert Einstein, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, and Socrates, all of whom were INTPs. The unique combination of introversion, intuition, logic, and perception make them rare. They prefer solitary time over time with others. And they gravitate towards ideas instead of facts. INTPs make decisions based on logic rather than feelings. The fourth dimension, perception, refers to how INTPs process information. Because this personality type is spontaneous and flexible, it is organized and rigid in some instances. Now that you know a little bit more about this personality, here are 6 clear signs you're a true INTP, the most intelligent personality type, that can help you determine if you really are a true INTP. So, be sure to watch until the end of this video. But before starting, take a moment to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any new videos just like this one. Welcome back to Blow Your Mind, where you can find the best content for your personal growth. Let's get into it. Starting with number 1, you dislike authority. It's possible you're an INTP if you were the kid in class who always asked challenging questions of the teacher. INTPs dislike hierarchical authority and express this by their actions, words, and mannerisms. They believe that respect should be earned through competence, not status, and that people with certain titles aren't superior to others or more worthy of your attention. For example, in which case you're more likely to regard with respect. You feel more respect for the barista at the local coffee shop or for your boss, to the barista who prepares and serves coffee, because in your mind they're providing more value to the world than your boss is. In fact, when you go to work you're bored and unmotivated by your boss. People's character speaks louder than their titles. And because of the way you see titles, you also most likely don't care what titles others give you. It doesn't matter to you whether you're the CEO or the lowest employee. You care more about how you perceive what you provide. What you're doing and the value you're creating are 2 things you need to be sure of. Number 2, you don't open up to many people. INTPs are notorious for their solitary behavior. You prefer to spend time alone with your thoughts than out socializing with others. Since you are an introvert, you really need this because introverts need time alone to recharge their batteries. They are drained by being around others for too long. Being introverted, on the other hand, doesn't simply mean you prefer spending time with yourself. It also means you have difficulty opening up to others. Factors that may prevent introverts from opening up are not well known. However, it might take a lot for you to share your thoughts and feelings with others, and because of this, you aren't always sure if you should trust them. Frequently, people misunderstand INTPs because of their way of thinking and going against the status quo. You're not fearful of what others might think or that they will judge you. Instead, you know that opening up to others would be a waste of time because they might not get you. Number 3, you love breaking things apart. When you break things down, you are not expressing a desire to physically tear the items apart. The distinction here is that INTPs enjoy dissecting and breaking down theories and ideas. You have a natural affinity for it, to ask questions about things. Blindly accepting a theory or idea just because someone says it's correct is not sufficient. If what someone is telling you is different from what an INTPs would tell you, you might want to figure out what's wrong. Even if you don't suspect anything. You might want to do so if you sense there is something wrong with what someone is saying. To better understand an idea, you break it down into component parts. You like problem solving, and you like thinking outside the box. In that case, you may think of a different way to explain a theory or idea. Recognizing the dangers of being too eager and able to break down ideas, you might also be pleased to know that it can get you into trouble. You've probably encountered the awkwardness of upsetting people with your logic-based questions or enhanced solutions as an INTP. However, pointing out logic or even coming up with a better solution is more important to you than upsetting and maintaining harmony with others. Thank you for watching up to this point. Please hit the like button if you found any value. That let YouTube know that you think others might appreciate this video too. Number 4. You think emotions can be a waste of time. While the other Myers-Briggs personality types place a lot of value on their feelings, you are not one of those types. Although you can see the value in some of your emotions and those of others, you believe that emotions get in the way of more important rational tasks, rather than helping them. You approach decision-making in a third dimension, thinking rather than feeling. Because your third dimension governs how you approach decision-making, and not how you feel about them. You make decisions using logic and reasoning because of your personality trait of thinking, in which you believe decisions should be made using your head rather than your heart. You believe that too much emotion can cloud decisions, in part because of the following reasons. You want to be able to think through something clearly. So you avoid emotions if they are not involved in a decision-making process. INTPs often have the perception that emotions are against their logical nature. And this is frequently and true as you view emotions as detracting from their core ability to be logical. Number 5. You're a human lie detector. Others can't tell if you're being truthful, but you can, right? INTPs are strong at detecting lies because they are so clever. In other words, the reason why you can see things differently is because you have an extroverted intuition function, which allows you to see patterns and make connections. And also tells you whether something is wrong. This function gives you the ability to recognize patterns, notice connections, as well as discrepancies. The reason you are so good at detecting lies is that you enjoy solving problems when, instead, another type is able to sense something is amiss but they might not care enough to investigate it. An INTP wants to find out the truth about everything. If they can tell something is fishy, they will want to find out what is going on despite what it might seem. As an INTP, you're not simply traveling the world proclaiming others as liars. Rather, INTPs often use their ability to detect discrepancies and inconsistencies to expose the truth. If you're an INTP, you might be drawn to subjects like science or math in school. And afterwards you may find yourself in a profession that allows you to use these talents. Number 6. You despise routine. While other personality types find comfort in routines, INTPs do not. Because they dislike being constrained to one way of doing something, INTPs avoid routines. Being an INTP, your mind is fixated on possibilities in the world around you, and to you, routine is the antithesis. For example, you may abort routines so much that you mix things up on purpose just to stay inspired. To be honest, you might want to go to bed and get up at different times. Or eat a lot of different food from day to day just to experience life's possibilities. For example, making the same cup of coffee every morning can seem annoying to you. It's often the case that mixing up simple things on a daily basis allows you to see the possibilities in more profound things. Your difficulty with routine may make it challenging to deal with, but most of life is not like that. You might find daily life to be mindlessly routine if you go to school and work at the same time. But you also know that routine is necessary to achieve certain goals, such as graduating from school or doing a good job at work. You may find yourself having trouble following a routine. But maintaining inspiration is also difficult. It feels like an endless struggle. We're now at the end of this video, so, are you a true INTP? If so, let me know in the comments below what is the best accurate sign. Did you know that INTPs have a secret dark side? Here's the video revealing that.